Okay.
Yes, we are live.
All right, all right, all right. There was some kind of ban, small ban, but we are back and we are going to focus on quiz now. 30 questions. Let's get started.
30 fucking question. 1 second. Let's get started. Come on. 2 page view. Fuck. What is going on? Why is it not? What? What is going on, bro? What is this?
What's happening? What happened?
It's bugging out for some reason. Yeah, no, it's fine. All right. First question. This is 7321. Okay. Data exchange. While importing a vendor mesh format, a converter must author a preview material and bind it to each mesh. Which step correctly build and attach the material shown?
Which
Which
step?
step correctly build and attach the
Alright.
material shown? Def material panel log token output surface connect. Panel look surface dot output def shader surf uniform token info USD preview surface token output surface define USD shader dot shader prim shade dot shader prim and set its info ID attribute to USD preview surface define the surface shader as USD geom dot mesh prim
I think I would go
and
with C.
you would go with C.
Yes.
Brother, they have asked to select 3 options.
Oh, C. Three options. I did not with that. So C would be one, and then
I think A would be one as well.
to get info ID attribute to which.
While importing a vendor mesh format, a converter must author a preview material and bind it to each mesh. Bind it to each mesh. Which step correctly build and attach the material shown? Define a shade, use USD shade shader prim, and set its info ID attribute to USD preview surface. I think A is one. Define the surface shader as USD geom dot mesh surface shader as USD geom dot mesh prim and set its subdivision scheme to none so that it can emit a surface output. Apply USD shade dot shade material binding API to mesh frame and call bind with it the material. Oh, USD shade dot material binding API to mesh frame and call bind with material. Bind the material by setting mesh purpose attribute to render so render locates a shading graph. Connect the material surface output to shader's surface output. Via shaders connectable API connect the material surface output. I think B would be one of the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, you apply USD shade on material binding API to mesh frame. Or I have never seen bind. So I don't know if that could be an answer or not.
But B is, I don't think so. B will do for some reason. Set its subdivision schema to none so it can emit a surface output. That is why I'm not going with that. But yeah, let's see. For me, make it A, C, and E.
Okay, let it be. We need to anyway learn.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this, so I don't know.
Yeah.
A
Uh,
mesh frame has face vertex counts 344, and a corresponding face vertex indices array. A prim where st prim where is authored on its face varying interpolation. Okay, how many values must the primware ST array contain? Okay, 3, 4, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And okay, a mesh prim has face vertex counts 3, 4, 4, and a corresponding face vertex indices array. A primware ST primware is authored on its face varying interpolation. What does 344 mean over here?
I think each face and its vertex count. So index is the first face. So first index is the first face index count.
What
Second,
do you mean? Like,
so draw 3 points. Like draw a triangle basically. Draw a triangle first.
oh, draw a triangle.
Yeah.
Like these are 3 points.
Yes, and then draw, and then you have to draw two more somewhere else to create the second face. So this is gonna be. So I would think it would be three one value per face.
No, no, no. First, explain what is face vertex counts.
Three and then do four, and then do create another face.
3 and then 4,
Yeah.
like this.
Yes. This is
And
your.
then one more like 4 over here.
Yes. So this is how I would assume based on my understanding, and then based on this, how many faces do you see?
Face varying interpolation. How many values must primware ST contain? Primware ST is what?
Primware ST is your array. Primware ST is like basically an array. Like it's a variable name. That's it. But the interpolation that array has
Face varying.
space varying or varying.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I would go with C.
Sum of per face vertex count. You're
Yes.
saying 11.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do B for me. Value per face.
B.
Yeah. Let's see.
Got it. All right. Select two options. A pipeline developer composes asset authored in different units into
C.
one thing so they display at correct scale. Which statement about how OpenUSD reconciles unit metadata during composition are correct? A pipeline developer composes assets authored in different units into one scene so they display at correct scale. How OpenUSD reconcile? Okay, meters per unit is not automatically reconciled, so the assembler must apply corrective transform. Yes, I think
Yeah.
A.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Meters per unit is automatically converted during composition, so a cube no. Kilograms per unit is automatically reconciled no. Up axis differences are automatically corrected no. Time codes per second is automatically reconciled yes. So I'm gonna go with A
Yeah.
and E.
Any.
We
Because
did this yesterday.
everything else is manual and time codes per second are manual.
Yeah.
On a single prem,
With no local opinion. Three competing opinions arrive for one attribute, one through inherits arc, reference arc, specialized arc. Okay, inherits. The inherits arc opinion because oh wait, it's gonna be A because inherit is stronger than both references and specializers. A set dresser needs four identical lamp prims. A set dresser needs four identical lamp prims placed at four distinct sibling paths in one scene, each independently overridable. They sublayer the lamps layer four times but end up with only one single lamp. What is the mechanism and why did sublayering fail? Add four payloads at the lamp root. Cannot defer loading. No inherit. onto foreprint because sublayering cannot broadcast opinions across layer B. I think I'm gonna go with B.
They sublayer the lamps layer 4 times, but end up with only a lamp. What is the correct mechanism and why did it inherit lamps into foreground? Because sublayering cannot.
Oh wait, take one second. Inherit the lamp class onto foreprint because sublayering cannot broadcast opinions. What is the correct mechanism?
Wait, as I said, address it.
And sublayer no reference to
Oh,
the I think it's gonna be D or B, but
they sublayer the lamp 4 times, but end up with only a single lamp. What is the correct mechanism? Okay, mechanism and wired. So they want to have the lamp 4 times. Sublayer the lamp onto layer offset at 4 payload in the lamp.
sublayering cannot broadcast opinion. I mean A. Sorry, B.
D, I would go with D.
Yeah, but B is also correct,
But
sort of.
but it depends.
Over here, D makes more sense, but B is also correct. That
It's
I'm
four
just gonna say that.
identical lamp rims placed at 4 different. So because the thing is, they want but each independently overridable. Yes, this is they want them to override individually, right?
Oh
But
yes, it's gonna be D. Yeah, yeah. Inherit. Yeah, you cannot like if it inherits.
yes, yeah,
But
D.
wait, you can add local overrides. Like oh yeah, local overrides and inherits as well. So why is that not the answer?
Uh, because I would assume that inherit is for something else, and for this for the scenario we have given, reference would make much more sense because over here what we're trying to do
I
is
know reference
to have
makes more sense.
yeah, to have individual opinions and individual. I think because it says that each independently overridable. But wait, each because that's saying each independently overridable
Both reference and inherit can be each individually overridable.
and broadcast because sublayering cannot broadcast opinions across layer stacks.
Let it be, bro. I'll go with D only.
Yeah, let's do D.
A legacy polygon format stores indices grouped per face. A legacy polygon format stores indices grouped per face, but USD geom.mesh expects a flat vertex indices list tree composed by face vertex counts, iterating each face's index group, which operation assembles both array. What? What does that mean?
Legacy polygon format stores indices grouped per face, but expects a flat vertex indices list recomposed of the vertex count iterating.
Hmm.
Uh,
Bro, one fight that I have put money on is live. Damn. Okay.
Append each index into face vertex count individually and then store the running total and face vertex indices. Append each vertex indices with group indices and then append the group lengths to the extend the face vertex count with group indices. A or D. Find each index of the face vertex count.
I'm not able. Legacy polygon format stores indices group per face. But USD geom.mesh expects a flat face vertex indice list recomposed by face vertex counts, iterating each face's index group, which operation assembles both arrays. Append each index to face vertex counts.
Append the group length to face vertex indices and then extend face vertex count with a group indices. Yeah,
Wait, bro. I
I would,
need to focus on the fight right now.
I would go with D.
I'll go with D.
Yeah, just do D for me.
I need to focus on the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. 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 Oh! Come on! Ah. USA! US! Ooh! No, 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 no. Come on, bro. Bro. I'm gonna lose money on this motherfucker, bro. Oh, come on. Oh my god, bro. Band.
Root layer.
Oh, fuck.
Two sublayers. District node dot USD appears first in the sublayer.
Just lost money.
You lost.
Yeah, I lost the fucking. Bro, first round, this motherfucker, bro. Trash ass motherfucker.
Oh, really?
All right, let's get back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Composition. Oh, you're saying D for this one? Sixth.
Yeah, D for me.
Can you explain?
So it's talking about like over here. It's saying a legacy polygon format store indices grouped per phase, right? But USD geom.mesh expect a flat vertex indices list decomposed by phase vertex,
Vertex counts.
right? So which operation assemble both arrays, right? So we have an example of phase vertex count and phase vertex indices. So phase vertex count is how many number of vertex does a phase have, and index is something different. So if you count indices, you won't repeat
In
vertex, right?
indices are gonna be like if these are like four vertex counts, right?
Yes,
Then this is gonna be zero, one,
two,
two,
three.
three, right?
Okay. So now it's gonna say append the group length. So our options are
And this is gonna be zero, and then this is gonna be like an array of zero, one, two, three.
yes.
Zero, one, two, and three. Wow. Okay. And the question is saying what USD geomesh expects flat vertex indices list decomposed by face vertex counts, iterating each face's group index group.
So now you will have an index group of the vertex count. So let's
Index group? What
yeah.
does that mean?
So it means that you have zero at the zero index. How many vertex would that face have? That's what it is asking over here.
How many vertex?
Would
For
that
this face?
yes
Four.
four, right? And then
Yeah.
if you have another face,
Yeah.
right? Then what would be the count? What would be the count? Now you will have a repeated vertex count, but the index would be different. So for example, let's say you divide this four into two face.
Mm-hmm.
You will have two repeated vertex.
Mm-hmm.
Zero,
Yeah. One, two, three, and then zero, one, three, and zero, two, three.
yes.
So zero and three will be repeating.
Indices would get upgraded to two.
Yeah. And okay. So expects of that vertex and dice list recomposed by phase iterating each phases Which operation assembles both arrays? Okay. So append the group's length, face vertex indices, then extend face vertex counts with group indices. I see. Okay, D is correct.
Yeah.
Right. Got it.
That is my understanding, right? So because
Yeah. Extend face vertex with group indices, then append the index count to face vertex indices. Face vertex indices. Extend vertex count with group indices. Okay. And then append index count to face vertex. Oh, for me, I think it's gonna be C,
see, okay,
if I am understanding it correctly. Oh, extend with group indices. Group indices, then append the group's length. Index count. Both are. Yes, for me, it's gonna be C. Okay. A root layer lists two sublayers. Okay. A root layer lists two sublayers. District North.usda appears first in the sublayers list, and the district South USD appears. Both authors' direct opinion for the same intensity attribute on the same light prim. Which sublayer's opinion composes as a resolved value and why? Same intensity attribute. So district North.usd appears because sublayers are merged alphabetically. No, for sublayers stronger, yeah, D.
D.
Two sublayer author custom data on the same frame. The stronger layer sets origin north state final. The weaker sets origin author custom data on origin north state final, and the weaker layer origin node draft. Okay. What does the composed custom data contain? It will contain origin north state final and node draft. Origin North State Final and non-draft D. North State Final and non-draft. Yes, it's gonna be D. Do you wanna change or?
Right. Question 8. Two sublayer author custom data on the same frame. The stronger layer sets origin north state final. The weaker sets original south node draft. What does the compose data? Original is gonna be north and the state final, and then node will be draft. Yes, it's C, correct. D.
Hmm. A developer is distinguishing. Okay, how many? Two options. A developer is distinguishing how is a schema type schema versus API schema are assigned to and identified on a prem. Which two statements are correct? An API schema is listed into API schemas metadata and queried with has API. I think A is one. And as a schema is assigned through type named metadata and prim holds at most one is a schema, that is true as well. And as a schema is listed API schema metadata and queried has no, and API schema is assigned through type name metadata no. A prim may carry several is a schema. No, I think A and B.
Yes.
A
And
layer defines two top-level prims, vehicle and hangar, but no default prim metadata is authored. Another stage brings this layer as a reference without naming. Reference is rejected. What is the result of the reference section? No reference is rejected. Fails to open. Reference is also an empty layer and has a warning is logged. Yes, warning this time. Do you want to change?
no, no, it's correct.
An asset has mesh under component that binds to a material prim defined under a sibling scope shaders which sits beside component rather than nested beneath it. An asset has a mesh under component that binds to material prim defined under a sibling scope shaders which sits beside component rather than nested beneath it. Okay, when component is referenced to another scene. Okay, the binding breaks what? What is the cause? The material is encapsulated, so the reference duplicate no. Reference is omitted, default print no. Binding is related
As a
no. Valid aren't carry.
signal state shader.
It is not carrying. Yes, it's gonna be D.
In material and gaps. But
Digital mesh name has 10 points and 4. Right, it has 10 points. Oh, and 4 quad faces. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2,
temperature
4, 5. So I think 1,
uniform. What is uniform?
1 over here, and then
What
oh,
is uniform? Uniform constant is gonna be uniform.
primary temperature,
Uniform.
where primary is author interpolation set to uniform.
What is this
How
point?
many values must it hold? 10 points. 4 quad faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And uniform. How many?
But it's a 3D. It's a 3D
Yeah.
mesh.
2,
So you have
3.
to wrap it. So there might be a scenario that some of the points are sharing the faces.
I think I'm gonna go with 4. D.
One value per face. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That's the value for that. What is A? 16, one value per face. What is the value of that? A layout.
Artist must. So this fucking option got fucked.
Yeah, so we just said that. A layout artist must assemble a large terminal screen from many heavy assets, but want the stage size to open quickly with most assets contents deferred until specific areas are inspected. Which composition arc provides this on-demand and low and low payload?
And next form. A layout artist must assemble a large terminal scene from many heavy assets but wants the stage to open quickly with most asset contents deferred. Layout artist must assemble a large terminal scene from many heavy assets but wants the stage to open quickly with most asset contents deferred until specific areas are inspected, which composition are provided. This on-demand load and unload capability payloads. An XFOM named pedestal. What happened?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It is authored entirely through XCOM and API will translate, rotate, and revert, which XCOM operation does API author to populate.
Rotate, scale, and scale rotate pivot author, which XFOM OP ordered as the API author for fully populated OP stack.
That is gonna be a mystery. I would
Let's 15. A variant within a variant set is selected on a prim, which three kinds of edits can that selected variant author on the prim and its descendant hierarchy, reorder level.
C, E, and
Define new descendant prims that exist only with one variant. Yes. Sparsely override a property on the prim or any descendant change which sublayer is listed in another layer sublayer list. I think E. Three options. Yeah. E. What do you want?
Yeah, that one only, 3 CDENE.
Mm-hmm. A studio maintains separate USD exporters for three sculpting applications. An engineer asks which body of code can be authored once and shared across all three. What does the two-phase guidance say? Two-phase guidance says neither phase is reusable. No, extraction code is largely usable because it operates already exists. No, transformation code is such as export option and mesh merging is largely usable because it operates on already extracted USD data, which extraction while extraction code is mostly in ESC. I'll go with C.
The studio maintains separate USD exporters for sculpting applications, and engineer asks which body of the code can be authored once and shared across. Yes, transformation.
Separately must probably which property drives each and what extra capability does the pruning property have? Invisible IDs for on and off. Active IDs to prune. Use an active IDs to animated for animated on and off visibility. I think we have seen this question before. Invisible IDs animate on and off. I'll go with B. Use an active ID used to prune an active IDs can be illustrated sparsely, add and remove IDs. Yes, B.
Inactive ID to animate the actor. Yes, B. B. I thought it was gonna be B or D, but B is the correct one.
Yeah, a prem carries variants are intended for frequent real-time toggling. A prem carries a variant set intended for frequent real-time toggling. Prem carries variant set. Mesh to variant operations are lightweight because they only affect value resolution and leave composition index unchanged. Um, toggling.
Intended for frequent real-time logging, which two operations are lightweight because they only affect resolution and leave the composition index unchanged.
One is D for short.
Deactivating the prim through variant, toggling the prim visibility between visible and invisible, and switching between authored. Okay, D
I
is
think
so.
E and D. I think
Yeah, B, B, B and D. Wait,
activating or deactivating prims can
activating
also.
with so
I
no,
think that is payloads.
yeah, that's for pay. But it's if you deactivate something, I would see. I do remember that in the view, it is not like visible. But if you make
Hmm.
something like if we play with the visibility, so that comes
Mhm.
towards the display side, like view side, but not in the index side. So I think activating, deactivating prims. Oh wait, you use these switching an authored colored attribute from one value to another because variants. Yes, and what is it? Defining new descendants? No. Swapping the external layer or reference target? No.
Mhm.
They are activating, deactivating prims through the variants. Prim. Oh, we are playing with prims. Yes, yes. B, B, B. If we have prims, then it's gonna change the index definitely. So it's gonna be B. It's gonna be B.
Yeah. Alright, an acid entry point exposes both finished variants at and time tint primware for downstream parameterization with respect to scene graph instancing of that acid. How do the two approaches differ? An acid entry point exposes both a finished variant set and a tint firmware for downstream parameterization.
An asset entry point exposes both a finished variant set and a 10 firmware. With respect to serial instancing, how do so uses both a finished so neither variant selection nor prim value affect prototype, no different firmware value generate, no different variant selection. C.
Wait, an asset entry point exposes both a finished variant set and tint firmware for downstream parameterization with respect to scene graph instancing of the asset. How do approaches differ? Generate a new yes, yes, C. Correct. While isolating a problem, a developer calls that active false on depot crate, which has children depot crate shell and depot crate tags. Then run the default stage traverse. What does the stage traversal visit? Regarding this, mm, not neither non-destructive. Change
Okay.
is non-destructive and reversible. I think D.
Yeah, the
When designing variant set for real-time switching, which variant operations are considered heavyweight because of their rebuilding?
parts.
They require rebuilding parts of composition index, changing an attribute value, such as switching color red from blue. So no. Change a numeric parameter on existing prim. Change which reference paths layers further out into the scene, maybe C. Change from visibility to hide or show geometry. Change activation opinions and activate
What was the
uh,
question? Um,
prims. I think E.
What is the question? Okay. When designing variant sets for real-time build switching, which variant operations are considered heavyweight? Because they require building parts of the composition index. Indian attribute value, no. Let's next one. Like on to the options. Yo,
Yeah.
options. Show me the options. Right now.
Option changing an attribute value such as switching color from red to blue. So this is definitely lightweight. And then changing a numeric parameter is also lightweight. Changing which reference paths layer files are brought into the scene
Yeah,
as heavyweight.
C and E.
Okay.
The model hierarchy is designed to be shallow.
We shall.
And what is the
What is
explicit
this?
sign that
It's saying that a hierarchy is too deep and data consultant at a time during composition, so depth carries no composition cost. A subcomponent tag is the sign that
designed to be shallow? Shallow means, and what is the side reason? What is the explicit sign that hierarchy is too deep?
mm, composition from
Yeah, deep, deep, deep.
yeah, it's gonna be D.
Yeah.
Because there is no subcomponent tag, right?
Yep.
Which Python sequence creates a shader, identifies it as USD preview surface, and connects it as a material surface output to produce the material shown below. Which Python sequence creates a shader, identifies it as USD preview surface, gets material token output. Define USD geom.shader called create type attribute USD preview surface and connected with material. These options are cut in half, bro. But
Which options? Oh,
AB.
okay. Which Python sequence creates a shader, identifies it as use the previous circle and connect it to materials, surface output to produce materials shown below. Creates a shader with which Python sequence creates a shader and identifies it as a USD preview surface. As a USD preview surface. Okay. And you should call ID attribute no A and B. And we do not have C and D for this? Yes. Define shader to a surface to attribute and then run naming shader path and then apply it to the material. But why are you getting the attribute? So I think based on the options provided, I would just go with C. I don't know why we are trying to create an attribute over here for preview surface, but I could be wrong. Because like creating an attribute for preview surface. Because it tells you
Which Python sequence creates a shader, identify
select it as a,
identifies it as USD preview surface and connects it as the material surface output to produce the material shown below.
I would just go with binding because I don't know, like attribute doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are you trying to create an attribute for a USD preview surface? That is wrong. So I was just gonna go with C. Like all of the options you're trying to call create ID attribute or ID attribute in the second one as well, and then type attribute as well. But in the C, we are applying the material binding API. That is we have seen a lot of times, so that's why I'm gonna go with C.
C.
Yeah.
A classroom supplies a max speed fallback of 30 while specializers are oh specializers are side streets are then authored directly to 20 and later the class fallback is changed to 40. What is the max speed? Authored directly. Side streets are then authored directly to 20 and later the class fallback is changed to 40. What is the max speed? I think 20 because they are directly
It is the
into
same question.
mainstream. Why specialized or side streets are then authored directly to 20 and later the class fallback is changed to 40.
40 for the main and 20 for the side.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But main class plus over 30 or 20 side streets are then authored directly 20 and later the class fallback is changed. What is the maximum side? But it doesn't say that main streets resolve like are inheriting from this class.
A
Where
class,
does it say that?
it's supplying only max speed fallback, right? So the main speed will have an attribute max speed. That is an assumption. What max
Hmm.
the side street and main street is resolved to. So let's say you have a class that has an attribute as max speed, and then you're trying to inherit that class into the main streets. Until unless you are not gonna do a local opinion, it's gonna do a fallback, and the fallback is gonna be 40 over here. So that is what my understanding is. Even though they are not saying that what is where is the main street and everything, I'm just assuming.
Hmm. Pick up 40 both what is the question is incomplete. It should have said that the main is inheriting from this. It never says that.
It said that 30 via specialize this arc.
The side streets are then authored directly to 20 and later the class fallback is changed to 40.
Yeah, the question is
Class
definitely
prim supplies a max speed fallback of 30. What max speed do the side streets and the main streets resort to? Like mains, you cannot say main streets pick 40 from new fallback if we have not seen that it is. Okay, wait, bro, the fight has started. 1 second.
Mhm.
Ooh, Josh Hogan versus Derek Lewis. Oof. Oof.
Change in instances share a single
Ooh,
parameter using specialized arg. A new opinion is authored on a shared namespace that only a subset of those instances inherits from what is referred to as a single type.
ooh, oh, 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 damn, Josh Hogan is mauling this motherfucker, bro. Oh, oh, damn. Alright, bro. What answer did you wanna select for? Oh, we already did this, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I was telling you this is a wrong question
okay.
because there is no like main street. We have like side streets are then authored directly
Do
to
not
20.
know what is the local opinion for Main Street as well. Like, so, like we had to go with our options that are provided.
Okay.
I know that is a wrong question.
But side streets, okay, yes, yes, okay. Many identical instances share a single prototype using a specialized arc. A new opinion is authored on shared namespace that only a subset of those. Sorry, I have to look at this fight.
Bro.
Oh, oh, good shots. Come on, man. What a beating. Knee. Damn. Oh, good uppercut. Oh, elbow. Oh, oh. Josh Hockett, bro.
Pineapple.
Trash. All right, bro. Come on.
Mhm.
Come on. Come on. Only 5 questions left.
Many identical instances share a prototype using a specialized arc. A new opinion is authored on a shared namespace that only a subset of those instances inherit from. What is the effect on the scene's prototype? What is the effect on the scene's prototype? A specialized arc and new opinion on a shared namespace that only a subset of those instances. Most NVIDIA share a single prototype using a new
I
opinion.
think it's gonna be D.
Yeah, D. New prototype will be created. Yes.
Shared among the subset of instances that received the broadcast opinion. Many identical instances shared single opinion. Using specialized new opinion is authored on a shared namespace that only a subset of those instances inherit from. Yes, new prototype. 26. An asset
Wait, wait, hold
references.
on. Why cannot we have B? Do you think the effect instances are the instance with a unique identical term
So the
drop?
prototype count for that subset drops to 0? No, bro.
Okay, yes, yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's gonna be B. Let's do 26.
Shared namespace that only subset of instance inherits. Yeah, okay. An asset references cleanly when opened alone, but once referenced into scene's canopy mesh material binding is dropped and USD warns the relationship target refers to a path outside the scope of the reference. What principle was violated and how is it fixed? An asset reference cleanly when opened alone.
But once reference into scene canopy mesh material binding is dropped in the walls.
Cleanly when opened. An asset references cleanly when opened alone, but once referenced into a scene's canopy meshes material binding is dropped and USD warns that relationship targets refers to path outside the scope of reference. What principle was violated? Unencapsulated, I think.
But it's not over here. The bounding material was
The
defined.
default from metadata pointed as the material
B.
rather than the geometry redirect default prim to the material prim and restore the bounding. The bound material was defined outside the asset's default prim hierarchy, reparented under the bounding material was defined outside the binding used relationship instead of connection. Replace material binding with connectable. You're saying D.
B. B for
B. B. D. B.
ball. B.
Why did you say D, bro?
I did not say D, bitch.
B for bitch.
Bitch.
Okay, yes, it's gonna be B. It's outside assets. D for primary. The reference omitted the payload was no, and explicit payload, no, no. The questions are good, but the options are really bad, bro. Like I can straight away understand what option is wrong and what option is
Yeah,
right.
bro. This quiz was not that great. I will definitely
Yeah,
agree. I'm
and multiple questions were repeated,
tomorrow's quiz would be much better. I would make sure.
bro. Every day you're telling me
Dude,
that.
what can I do, dude? This is not on me. I would have to work on.
You can
Yes.
create a better quiz.
For
That's what.
delivering an asset validation pass must flag up missing default print, missing up access, and missing meters per unit among compliance issue. Checker.
Which tool performs this validation USD checker?
USD scene groups all material prims beneath a scope name looks which statement describes it is a transformable grouping primitive.
Which is correctly describes scopes. It is a transformable grouping primitive that applies on XOM OP. It is a model kind token. It is applied API. It is a simplest grouping primitive that does not carry transformability. I think it is grouping, so it's definitely not BNC.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it
He's
was
also saying
transform.
grouping, but like it's I'm just going with simplest grouping primitive. That's why I'm just gonna go with that. Like scope is gonna be the simplest grouping primitive.
Hmm. It is model kind token rather than time. No, I think it's gonna be D. Does not carry transformability, but it does, right? Or it does not? D. I think it should be D.
D, right? Yeah, yeah, D. Like I
But
don't
is it?
know about transformability, but I know it's the simplest grouping primitive, right? So that's why, and I know for sure it's not gonna be an XForm operation order. That needs to be an XForm. If your scope is an if you and scope,
That is in geometry, right? That comes under geometry.
yes, a state
Okay,
of
we'll
each
check this.
each with instanceable equal true, but none of them carries any reference payload or other composition arc after the state.
After the stage loads, how many implicit prototypes does the USD generate and why? None. Zero, because implicit prototype derived from composition or in these none. I think B.
Yeah. Wait,
I think it's gonna be B.
wait. A stage authors three sibling prime, each instanceable equal to, but none of them carries any. Oh yeah, none. Two sublayers author custom data on the same prime. The stronger layer sets origin and phase. The weaker layer sets key origin.
Sets keys, origin, and phase. And
So,
weaker layer sets keys, origin, and reviewer.
actually
What does the number? Again, the same question. Key, origin, phase, and reviewer. Origin from stronger origin and phase from stronger layer plus reviewer from weaker layer. C. I think we can check.
wait. Just origin and phase. Look, go back one. Let's verify. That's keys. Keys are origin and phase. Yeah, okay. Keys not values. Yes. A B C. Yes. Let's check.
Alright. First one I'm wrong. You're correct. It's E.
What
A,
first one
C,
is?
and E.
Connect.
A,
Yeah.
C, and E.
Okay. UCNE, right? Okay.
Oh, wait.
Is it? You sure? UCNE.
Yeah. It is. Answer is A, C, and E, but I chose A, B, C.
And I chose ACE.
I see. Okay.
Go ahead with the subdivision schema to none so it can emit a service output.
First question is wrong for me. So what is the answer? Connect the material surface output to the shaders surface output via shaders connectable API. What the fuck? Okay. I don't even know this one. Okay. So you chose B, I chose C over here. I'm correct.
Really?
I told you, bro, this is gonna be C.
11. So how? Okay. One, two, three, four, five.
Because, bro, face varying interpolation means one, like like this. We read this yesterday, bro. Like this, I'm gonna show you. This part is gonna get a different color of this vortex, and this part is gonna get a different color.
Okay, so then, so this
It's
part,
gonna be
one
same.
phase, two phase, three phase. So 11, the sum of the.
Bro, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Question 3.
A and E. Correct. Fourth is A, correct. Fifth is D, correct. Sixth is you said D, I said C. Both of us are wrong.
What is
It's
that?
B. It is B, bro.
It is
B.
B. 10 phase varying index with group indices and then append group. Okay, what is the flattening step? Okay, I think we have to do a revision on this indices thing, bro. I think this is a very weak part for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we can just mark it. 7th Answer is D.
Space vortex sounds. Answer is D. We have done D. Answer is D. We have done D. Answer is A and B. We have done A and B. 10th is A. Correct. 11th is D. Correct. 12th is D. Correct. 13th is B. Correct. 14th we didn't know what the fuck the options were. So 15th is C, D, E. That is correct. So variant with variant set is selected on the blue. So author new composition arcs at exist in only what more of which human edits can be selected on the descendant and its descendant hierarchy. The author new composition arcs that exist only within that variant. Define new descendant terms that exist only with that variant. Sparsely override a property on the prim on or any descendant. Yeah, but I was a little skeptical, so I'm still gonna note this variant set descendant lightweight heavyweight.
Wait, what? CDE is correct, and you're saying skeptical about what?
Um, like variants. It's asking a variant within a variant set is selected on a prim. Which three
Hmm.
kinds of edits that selected
Hmm.
variant author on the prim and its descendant hierarchy?
Hmm.
So yeah, okay. 16th is C correct. 17 B is correct. 18 B and D are correct. So a prim carries, yeah, this one as well. A prim carries variant set intended for frequent real-time toggling, which two variant operations are lightweight because they only affect value resolution and leave composition index unchanged. So toggling prim's visibility, invisible and visible and invisible is correct, and switching an authored color or attribute from one color to another is correct. So this one is also correct. C correct. 20 is D correct. 21 is C and E correct. 22 is D correct. Okay, so in 21 again, which variant operations are considered heavyweight because they require rebuilding parts of the composition index? So changing which reference path layer files are brought into the scene. So C and E, changing activation opinions that activate or deactivate on prim. Changing activation opinions that activate or deactivate on change which reference file. So this is heavyweight.
So we are wait. So
We are correct. We are correct.
okay.
22 is D, correct. 23 is. Oh, 23 is wrong.
23 is B. Define. Yes, this was something that.
Oh, yeah, we didn't know this.
Hmm.
So, which Python
Okay.
shader
Shaders. Need to focus on more shaders.
identifies it as USD preview surface? Okay, and then 24 is B, correct. Oh, let me tag this. B wrong for each. 24 is B, correct. 25th is D, correct. 26th is D, correct. 27th is A, correct. USD checker. 28th is D, correct. 29th is B, correct. 30th is C, correct. So we scored 27 out of 30, bro, today. It
27
was
or 30. But
20.
I won't count that this quiz because it has a lot of repeated questions.
Oh, sarcasm in the chat.
Tiger is here again. Tiger strikes.
Tiger asked Tiger if he wants to watch the fight on stream.
Tiger, do you want to watch? I think he won't do it. It's already 11 and he's gonna say, brother.
but his money is also on the line, so I think he
You can
might.
just call him. You can just call him, right?
I am gonna end the stream now because we are done with the questions,
Yeah,
and I'm
just
gonna start.
all right.